I'm Jonathan Colopy, and welcome to Why Be Well. We have an awesome topic today and a wonderful guest, Emily Silva Hoekstra. Welcome. Nice to see you again.
Hi, Jonathan. Thanks for having me again.
Oh, my pleasure. And I look forward to what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about gratitude.
The best.
Yeah, well, you've done a lot in that space. So first off, Emily, tell me why this has been something of a focus for a lot of the work that you do, being an author and a coach.
Well, I grew up with a lot of anxiety, and I grew up in the 80s, and gratitude wasn't a big thing back then. So I kind of went on this search in my 20s and 30s on top of therapy for ways to help me with my mindset. And one of the things that just helped me the most was gratitude, daily gratitude. And it's helped me calm my anxious mind. It's helped me be more present. It's helped me end some of my angers and frustrations that anxiety tends to stack. And I just feel like ever since I started practicing it, I'm just noticing things a lot more, like the colors of flowers, the colors of the sky, things about people that are beautiful. And it really has, like, this very simple practice has transformed my mind and my life.
That is an incredible sell. I don't know who would want to sign up after hearing that kind of an introduction. I have
And it's free.
exactly, phenomenal. I was reading something about that. When you practice gratitude, it actually can change the neural pathways. And you're speaking to some of the mental health benefits. If I was to ask you, how would you define gratitude?
Gratitude is appreciation for something that's in front of you or something that is happening in your life. Just stopping and pausing and feeling. I like to take it a little bit further and feeling the feeling of gratitude, the thankfulness. And I think that's where the neural pathways are changed, because you're taking that moment to feel this appreciation as opposed to just saying, I'm thankful that the sun is out today. You could list things and it's not really life changing, but if you pause and you feel the sun and the warmth and you think about what that does, I think that's where the transformation happens.
Yeah, I can see and experience what a wonderful coach you must be, just in terms of how you bring that through. Because your voice and the words that you're picking actually kind of brought me to a space of just really being more present and actually taking in the descriptors that you were using. So thank you for that. I appreciated that myself. And also, as I heard you say, feeling the feeling. In like mindful meditation, it's the whole process of bearing witness to it versus we're often doing things. And I like what you did there. It's like taking that step back to actually witness our experience, which I would think it provides a deepening of such.
Yes, I think when we remind ourselves of what it feels like to be happy, what it feels like to be calm and grateful, then our nervous system remembers that feeling as opposed to always running high on cortisol or frustration or anger. It's really addictive to be down. And so we have to trip the wire and go more towards the positive. And I think it's been said, like, you need 10 positive experiences to override one negative.
Hmm. Wow. So it's a little bit of work there to kind
It
of
is work.
get up over that hill. That could be a steep hill in some ways.
Yes.
So you spoke to kind of the mental health benefit. Are you aware of, are there other benefits to gratitude beyond kind of, calming anxiety, dissipating anger?
I think gratitude also is physically beneficial, because when we stop and appreciate, especially when it's something about ourselves, we actually take care of ourselves better.
Mm.
We eat slower when we are grateful for our food and the company that we have. And I also think it helps with relationships. And whether you are in a partnership or even at work, it feels so good to be appreciated. And I think the physical benefit of being appreciated lowers our cortisol and helps us with connection, which we're all wired for. And
Mm.
we're all looking for that, especially after the pandemic. We want more connection.
Emily, I have to give you an example because what you just brought through, I had the experience of yesterday in an executive leadership meeting for the Y. We opened with the facilitator saying, turn to the person to your right and share with them something you appreciate about them.
Mm.
And in this room is, 60 different leaders of our particular organization. And some of them you don't necessarily get to interface with, on a regular basis, but you know them. And it was really profound because the person sitting next to me, what he shared with me and vice versa, really was experienced at a deeper level. And it was professed to everybody in the room because we did it one at a time. And it fostered the connection. I feel a deeper connection to both of them. And so that's my example, real life example, fresh from what you're talking about.
It's true. And I feel it in my marriage when we appreciate each other. Even when my husband says to me, thanks for going to Costco and picking up what we needed. It feels so good. We need to go there. We need to pick up our food. But having someone say, thanks for doing that, it
Mm.
just makes me next time feel even happier to go, even though Costco's not the best place to go. But it feels good to be appreciated.
Yeah. Well, you're giving me a couple of examples of how you use it in your daily life. Share with me a little bit about your work in the space of gratitude. As an author, you have a theme with at least one particular book related to gratitude.
Yeah, I actually have 3 books on gratitude. So I have Moonlight Gratitude, Sunrise Gratitude, and then the newest book is Moonlight Gratitude, a journal. So to help
Mhm.
the reader go a little bit deeper. And then in my coaching program, I always start or end the calls with, what are you grateful for? And then having clients practice every day. So when we get on our call the next week, they can feel the change. But I think journaling is super important because we can live in our heads, and that's very, very easy. And I think that's another place where depression and anxiety can take over.
Sure.
But if we take the time to physically write, like, don't do it with the computer, but taking your hand, pen to paper, it is this transfer of emotion onto the page. And then get it all out. You can be super angry on the page, maybe write that letter that you shouldn't send on the page, and then end it with something, even if it's the tiniest thing that you're grateful for, because expressing through writing is just a physical difference, and I think it helps you sleep better. So if
Yeah.
you end your day with what's something that I'm grateful for, as opposed to, oh my goodness, I have all this stuff I didn't do today, oh, and tomorrow I have to do this, it's probably going to be fitful sleep or insomnia. But if we end on a note where we're thinking about and feeling something that feels good, then the sleep's going to be better. And science has shown that.
Yeah, I again am identifying. You're coaching me now with what you just shared, because often we're in our heads, and so we can ruminate about all these different things. But as you said, putting pen to paper, expressing it, it allows, in some ways, I believe, to be released, and it
Mhm.
lets go of that rumination. And also, I believe it allows it to process in some particular way, especially the method you spoke of you know getting to some place of appreciation with that experience. But the biggest thing is you get it outside of yourself, and therefore the opportunity to release it.
Yeah, and it gives you a better perspective, because when it's in our heads, it rolls over and over and over, and then those stories come in, and then we can support those stories. But if we get it on paper and we maybe take a break and then read what we wrote, there's probably perspective in there, especially when we're not thinking while we're writing.
Excellent point. Help me understand the distinction between your different books.
So, Moonlight Gratitude is 365 meditations that you read before you go to sleep to help you calm your mind and invite
Mm,
peace.
mm,
And then Sunrise Gratitude are 365 meditations you read in the morning to help you bring more joy and activate your day. I
beautiful.
also have a book called Find Your Glow, Feed Your Soul, which is what I call a life coach in a book. So there's 26 chapters, 26 A to Z topics that I've talked to. I've been coaching for 9 years. So the most popular topics, and there's some coaching exercises in there. And then the journal is the companion to my first book. So it takes moonlight gratitude a little bit deeper and gives you that space to write down the things and reflect on your day, but it's also based on the monthly full moon. So every full moon has a theme. And so the chapters are monthly. So, like, for instance, this month is Speak Your Truth, and all the meditations and journal prompts are on how can you speak your truth? How can you find your voice? What are some things that you need to say?
Beautiful. My assumption is those are available on Amazon.
Everywhere, yeah. Any place you can find your favorite book.
And what's the new book? I think you, before we were
It's
able to,
it's the journal.
beautiful. That's right. That's right. What is your, if I was to ask, vision or mission with the work that you're doing? I have some assumptions because it's been leading in a particular direction of having impact. But what is like if you were to speak to your mission?
My mission is to harness your bravery to bring your gifts into the world. So I want to help people
Mm.
clear the clutter in their minds, help them calm down. So in the stillness, they can find those answers for what their true purpose is. And I feel like we do so much, we keep busy, we fill our time with things like social media, work, whatever. And we're not actually taking that time to get calm, to get still, and hear our intuition. And so my books and my work and my coaching is all about calming down, getting still so you can harness your bravery and listen to that still small voice and go after what you actually want.
That was beautiful and powerful, and sounds like you've given some thought to your mission because that just came out
Oh,
very,
yes.
very,
Thank
very
you.
well done. Anything else that we should talk about right now? This has been wonderful. I hate to let it go.
I think that it, bringing rest into your day
Mm.
is on top of gratitude. Having those moments of stillness, I think, is really important. Not where you're filling it with your gratitude journal or your phone, just stopping and maybe breathing and noticing what's in front of you. I think we, like I just said, fill our time, and
Mm.
it's so easy to continue to find the things, scroll, and stay. I think it's really important to calm because we can fill our time so much that we aren't listening to our intuition, and
Mm.
that's what I think the stillness is. And even 1 minute a day, when I talk to people, I'm like, how do I meditate? I can't, my thoughts never stop. Meditation isn't about stopping your thoughts. It's not about an empty mind. Meditation is about taking those moments and breathing.
I love that. There was a spiritual teacher aligned with the message that you shared that spoke to that. It's in those moments between the breath, it's those moments between the thought, that's where the divine speaks. That's actually
Yes.
where our essence resides, where our spirit is. And I love that just as I think about that reflection. So, Emily, what a pleasure to be with you today. If someone's interested in coaching with you, how would they find you?
My website is soulsadventures.com, SOULS, and then the word adventures. Or I'm on Instagram at Souls Adventures as well.
Wonderful. Such a pleasure to connect with you. I am grateful to know you and have this opportunity.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you. Until we're together again, please be well.